Hi, my name is Betty Miller, and I'm the Director of Paranormal Investigators of New England. We have a guest today named Paul Dulski, and Paul is a resident of Vermont, and he has a website called hauntedvermont.org, and he has a Facebook page, Haunted Vermont. So please, after this story, check him out. And I don't know what the story is today, so I'm going to be as surprised as you are. So I'm going to let him just go right into it. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Betty. Like I was telling you before, you were on mine, so I figured I'd return a favor for you. So, so this story is one of my favorites. I never gets old to talk about it, just because it's by far one of my favorite pieces of evidence of the paranormal that I've ever recorded with my old group and such before even Haunted Vermont became a thing. So anyway, hopefully I don't even screw up the dates here, but anyway, so basically what happened was, it was July 15th, 2012, and I just had gotten this, new paranormal equipment, and just like with anything, when you get a new toy, what do you want to do? You want to try it out. So we went to the nearest cemetery in, Chittenden, known as the Horton Cemetery, and we went and captured, uh, on the spirit box, because I don't want to forget that, but it was like the original ish spirit box, the SB 7, I think it was. Betty, you might know what I'm talking about better
The
than I
seven was
am.
the original. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that was the right one. Anyway, so we were trying to see if we could get a name or anything. And one of the names that really came out clear enough was Ralph. And I just want to remind you and the listeners per se, or the viewers that are watching this, that on this day we kind of just went just to test this new equipment. We didn't walk around the cemetery or anything. So at the time, we're just like, oh, okay, a Ralph, and we'll look into it later, kind of thing. So prior knowledge, I had no idea that there was a Ralph buried at the cemetery. So, so when I heard Ralph, I was just like, oh, okay, mental note. Anyway, a week later, so that would be July 22nd of 2012. It was myself and a couple new people, and basically what happened was, I had mentioned to the new people that, hey, like a week ago, we got this name through the spirit box. I'm curious, as we're walking around, if you guys happen to stumble upon a gravestone that says Ralph, to, to let me know, because that would be kind of cool. And so, sure enough, we stumbled upon a grave that they informed me, and I walked over, and sure enough, it was a Ralph. So it was really cool that a week prior, we had a name Ralph come through the spirit box, and then a week later is when we find a grave that basically said, "Here's a Ralph buried here in the cemetery."
That's awesome. And did you do any further work at that site at all using other equipment?
Yeah, I did eventually go back to do like the EMF, electromagnetic field, to see, if anything would sort of, I guess you could say, trigger, I guess. I don't really know a good term for that, but basically we'll have a spike that shouldn't be there, especially in a cemetery. And I did go back, and at one point it was showing up as like a 1.4, 1.5, and it kind of went down. And then at one point I was with like Ralph, or Mrs. Ralph, because I forget the last name at the time. Right now, it escapes me. But I was like, if you're here with me right now, can you make this like a 3.0? And I think they gave me like a 2.9. So that was like a close enough spike to me. But it never went that high afterwards. And I tried, bringing the device closer to the ground. I tried aiming it up in the sky to kind of see if it goes up or down or left or right. I walked to a different uh, se section, basically across from where the Ralph family is buried, and it went basically to like a 0.05, basically. So,
Yeah.
but as I went back, yeah,
And
but as I went back, I kind of went up. Sorry, Betty.
there is a natural EMF field in anywhere you go. It's that's normal that there'd be a low, I would say anywhere up to, you know, under under 1.0 would there might be something, but out in the open like that, if you said 2.9 would be unusual. That's higher than normal for like a natural wave of EMF flow. So that's interesting. Well, maybe Ralph was saying hello to you, and maybe you should stop by every once in a while and say hi back and give him a visit.
I do that actually periodically now.
Oh,
So, so almost every year I stop to say hello to Ralph, and I also say hello to the Eddie brothers since it's the same cemetery that they're buried.
oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much for the story, Paul. That's
yeah, you're welcome.
we'll encourage people to get out there and maybe do a little investigating on their own. And who knows what you may get, or take a recorder into a cemetery and you never know what you're going to capture. So it's random. So
It very is.
and again, that's Paul Dulski from hauntedvermont.org and Haunted Vermont Facebook. If you're a viewer and you'd like to give a story, we'd love to get you on the air here. I'm going to put my email below, of footsteps802@gmail.com, and throw me a line and let's get your story out there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, thank you and have a good day, Paul.
you too, Betty.
Thank you.